Well, everybody, I hope you guys are as excited about this video as I am, because today we're going to be putting together my submission bike for the Cheap Bike Build Off 2026. Yeah, today's the video where we're putting it all together. We're going to go down the price breakdown and parts and all that and stuff. But first, I've kind of did a little bit of progress, and by a little bit of progress, I mean I tried out these drop bars on here. Let's just go ahead and show you them, see what we're working with to start off here. Right here we got these. Now they don't have any tape on them or anything, but I think I kind of like that look. What do you guys think? I guess I'm gonna have to decide here soon, but I'm torn, guys. Let me put those other ones back on here so you can get an idea what they look like too. As you can see, branded. These bars are really cool. Oh my goodness. But the only reason I'm torn between these is because this one has more of a brushed kind of look, like this one, like it's not super chrome like those ones are. So I think these kind of fit the whole vibe of it, fit the whole vibe of the bike a little bit better. Like, yeah, you can see what I'm looking at here. I need to adjust the level a little bit, but you see how the finish on the bars and on all the metal and stuff there, it all kind of goes together a little bit better. Yeah, we're gonna lock these bars in. We're gonna keep these ones on here. We're gonna get all the parts on here and stuff, and I guess that brings us to our next one. We can start working on this brake. I'm gonna do rear brakes here. U-brakes, I guess. I can show you this is the caliper I'm using. The one that came off the bike, actually. So, Japan. It's cool stuff. Yeah, it'll go here somewhere. Let's get that on there. We're gonna have to find some sort of spacer for the shaft here, but we're gonna go and slap this on here to begin with and see how big of a spacer we're gonna need. Oh wow, yeah, we're gonna need a bit of a spacer. See how much room we got here? I gotta figure something out there. Give me 1 second. I got the perfect thing. We're gonna use this, what size is this? This 9mm socket. Wait, that might not work. I might have to get a bigger one. Well, either way, I'm gonna use a socket. Let's try this 12. This might fit on here. Oh, that's gonna be perfect. Okay, let me get this buttoned up. Then the socket. Oh my goodness, this might just work. Wow. I'm kind of a genius. It's perfect. And now obviously I need to tighten it up, but let me get it centered up here, but that's gonna be perfect. That's gonna be freaking perfect. Let me get it tightened up here. Show you what we're doing for brake lever and cabling and stuff. We got our brake here, Shimano Dior. Now it's a long pull lever, but some orange cabling, and then there's the end there. We're gonna get this mocked up here and get it hooked up here. I think I'm gonna incorporate this little bracket here to hold the line a little bit. So I guess first of all, we're gonna put this on here, on the bars here, and make sure it doesn't move, so we have some structure to go off of. And I think we're gonna run it, or we're gonna have to, under here. Maybe we might have to use a couple zip ties, but let me think. Okay, there we go. I got it moved. So now hopefully I can get this, figure this up here, and okay, I think I'm gonna have to get another socket here. Okay, so I'm having some troubles with this, but I think we're gonna have to break out the zip ties and at least put a couple of them on here to hold it up so I can get this this rear system set up properly. Oh, I guess my brake line's fraying a little bit, but that's fine. Nothing a little bit electrical tape can't fix. But yeah, I'm gonna put a couple zip ties on here just to hold this brake line up, but give me a second. Well, unfortunately, I just wasted a couple zip ties. I got the brake line zipped up here, but I forgot I had these, they're made for this. They clamp on here and they hold the brake lines. They came with the bike. I might try to sand some of this rust off. But yeah, I'm going to use these instead of that because that's way cooler. Let me see if I can get these sanded up a little bit, get them a little less rusty. Well, all right, folks, after a bit of a, I guess, trial and error, I got these brakes mounted up, and as far as I know, they're working pretty well. Now, this is all subject to change. Just once I get it all put together, I'll move it around and stuff. But back here, pretty centered, pretty all right. I do say so myself for my first time doing brakes. Let's just show you here. Get the sucker going a little bit. Wow, that works really good. I think next up is gonna be getting the bars and the brake levers and everything situated where I want it to be, which is the exciting part. So let's get to getting. All right, since I already showed you, these ODI Rogue grips are gonna be my my grip of choice for this bike. Toss that one on there. There we go. Nice. That's looking pretty sick. Let me get this one tightened up here. These tiny Allen bolts are literally my worst nightmare. You just can't overcrank them or they're gonna break, or you're gonna break your Allen key inside of it. Sorry if I was blocking your shot there. Okay. So now actually what we're gonna do is get the bike off the bike stand so I can see how it's gonna sit there. So yeah, get excited. That's not gonna work. Okay, let me sit this over here. Okay, this is pretty sick. This bike's looking pretty all right, if I do say so myself. One little thing I'm gonna tweak is I'm gonna mess with the bars there and just get them centered up and stuff. But brake levers are in a good spot. Grips are good. Everything, don't mind that. Just need to put some air in that wheel, or I mean that tire. But yeah, this is pretty much what she's gonna look like. So let me finish up a couple things here off camera, and then we'll give you the final look at it. And then we can go over the price breakdown and all that stuff, and maybe even take it on a test drive. Let me get some work done. Well, everybody, it came together just how I imagined. Now, we do have one more thing to think about, and I'll get into that. But first of all, I just want to go ahead and show you this, because I think this looks pretty sick. Wow. I think this really came together. Got the bars on there all good, and added a little little bell, you know, to add to the whole commuter thing. I might throw some other bits and bobs on here, but for right now, I'm going to call it done. Actually, I have to decide if I want to get rid of these pedals and put some different ones on there or leave them because they're kind of sick. And they like are weighted at the bottom here, so they're always on the top there. But if I do anything else to this bike, I'm probably just going to clean the chain or just leave it. Who knows? Because the single speed, you know, you really don't, not a whole lot going on back there. Let me get it off the bike stand so you can see it a little bit better. Oh, wow. I really like how all the black comes together. But I like the drivetrain because it's all original for the most part, except for the rear wheel and stuff. But man, I think this thing really came together good. Let me try something else real quick before I get too far ahead of myself. Now I just put the thing on here, and before I show you, I don't know if this is what I'm going to submit the bike with, like the pictures and stuff that I send to Max. But it's just fun to look at because I got all sorts of different stuff laying here that I throw on different bikes and whatnot. But anyway, let me show you what I got going on here. Tossed a frame bag on there. I think it looks cool. Goes with the vibe, but I don't know if it's the best for pictures because the zipper and stuff is on this side, on the opposite side of the drive side. And if you know anything about taking pictures of the bike, you want to make sure you always have your crank arms level with that tube right there, pedals flat, and you always want to take a picture of it from the drive side. And unfortunately, the zippers aren't on here, so it doesn't look great in pictures, but I think functionality-wise, I'll keep that on there. But for the pictures and stuff, I'll take all the pictures and whatnot without that on there because I think it looks better without it, in pictures at least. The only other real thing left to do here with this bike is to take it on a little test drive and then give you guys the official price breakdown and kind of conclude this whole cheap bike build off 2026 for your boy POKTNIFE here. So let me get some air in this tire. Let me figure out what I'm going to do, and then we'll catch up with you whenever we get the bike outside. Okay, bye. Okay, well, I got some air in the tire here. As you can see, 60 PSI, and we've run into a bit of an issue. Bit of a rubbing issue here, as you can see right there at the frame. It is pretty bad. Is it on this side too? I don't think so. Now, should I shave off? No, that's going to take too much time. I think I might just let some air out of it and hopefully it shrinks up a little bit. But anyway, we're going to try to go take it for a little test drive here before it gets too dark out. Just around the block. But yeah, let me figure out this rubbing issue real quick and we'll get this thing out. Bike in the kitchen. Luna's checking it out. Figured out my rubbing issue. Letting out some of the air did work. But I'm going to bundle up here because it's pretty chilly outside, and I'm going to try to get some laps in here before the sun goes down and it gets really cold. So let me get bundled up here. Well, here it is. It's outside. And it looks good. We're bundled up. It's a little windy, but we're gonna try to get some time on it and see if it works well. But yeah, I can't help but look at this thing right now. Wow. I rode it from over there to here. Brakes do not work well, so we'll have to get used to that. But anyway, let's get to pedaling after I put my gloves on. This thing works really well. The tire doesn't even rub. Like I said, the brakes aren't great, but we can deal with that. It fits perfect. The bars are sick. And I'd say overall, a great success. That's right, we made it back. That rear tire definitely loses air a lot faster than I thought it was going to. It's already almost flat after like 15-minute ride. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that rear tube. But other than that, the bike's pretty solid. I'm still undecided on the bars, but I mean, it won't take much effort to just mock those up, those bullhorn or those drop bars I have, and see what it's like. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. We'll get it back inside for the official price breakdown and see if I made budget or not. So let's get to it. Got this rear tire off here, and I found where the leak is in the tube. It's that little tiny guy right there. I could feel it. You can almost hear it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to either patch that or get a new tube. But yeah, let me show you the state of the bike real quick. It's torn apart. I wonder if this would be a good time to mess with the chain. I don't know. Well, everyone, since you saw that last clip, some stuff has changed. Got a little bit of tweaking going on with this bike here, which I'm going to show you here. But we do have a completed bike and a price breakdown. So let me show you what I've got changed here. Up here at the cockpit, you can see that I decided to put the drop bars back on there with some experimental grips. Just some foam grips that I zip tied on here in the drops, because I really like the way that the chrome looks up here, and I wanted to kind of try to keep that. I think it looks kind of all right. Little top tube bag thing here made by a guy pretty local here. He goes by Crank Therapy. He makes stuff out of recycled inner tubes and other material and stuff. You can see it's all hand stitched. I've got a tail light. Oh, what's this? Is this his thing? Oh yeah, even his business cards. Even his business cards are made out of recycled stuff. But yeah, I just got a toolkit and a little patch kit in there. You know, just the essentials. I really don't like riding with stuff in my pockets or with a backpack on, so I usually go for a lot of on-bike storage. Hence that. So on to the my favorite part, probably the bottle cage location. Saddle mounted bottle cage. Just zip tied it on there, but it works. And I had this on another bike of mine, and I really like the ease of access when you're riding. You just grab it real quick. Another update is single chain ring up front now. A lot cleaner look. Still got a little bit of a rubbing issue going on there. And the chain could be a little tighter, but another update is I fixed the leaky tube. Yeah, I think everything else is pretty much the same as you've seen it last time. I think it's looking pretty good. We're here with the official price breakdown of the cheap bike build off 2026. Let's start with the frame and frame set and all the stock parts or whatever that came on the bike, which is the frame, brakes, the crank, pedals, chain, and the bars and stem. And I got the bike for $10. We'll give it all a good value of $10. So then that brings us to next, the wheels and tires. We have Maxxis Ramblers front and rear, and those wheels and tires on another bike of mine that I had. The wheels and tires are used by me, but we're going off used prices, so I valued the wheels and tires at a fair market value of $50. So then we're on to the saddle, which I got from a local bike shop years ago for $30. The brakes, I'm going to just count the lever and the brake lines for that because the caliper came with the bike. and I have that valued at $25. We've got a Shimano Dior XT lever and just some orange brake line and hose. The cockpit, we'll move on to that. The bars, like I said, came with the bike whenever I bought it. And these grips I have on here, down here in the drops, are just some ones I had laying around that were cut off from another bike. So we'll give that a value of $5. And then the miscellaneous stuff like bottle cage and the storage and the bell and stuff, if you wanted to, we could give it a value of $10. So I'll do the math here on the screen. And it's right here. Here's the total. So that basically means that we completed the challenge, I guess, technically. Came in under budget. Budget was $175. We came in at $130. So I got to take some good pictures of this thing. I got to put together my email and send it over to Max, Mullet Mechanic, and for my official entry, I guess. But yeah, I think I'll take this bike on a little ride here in its current form and finish the video off like that, maybe with some nice shots. But make sure you guys are liking the video, commenting, and subscribing if you enjoyed this kind of content. Let me know in the comments down below. And
oh
yeah,
my
thank
God!
you guys for watching.
Huh? Hold up. Let him come.